Hey guys, All In Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gents, for another YouTube video. In this video, I thought I would just very quickly comment on what's currently going on in the market. It always surprises me when we have sell-offs in the market, just how bearish everybody turns. And I don't think there's any reason for this. The same way we said there was no reason for the last pullback that we saw, there was no reason to be bearish on the last pullback that we saw. I now also think there is no reason to be bearish on this pullback. And I'm just going to touch on why that is quickly. I hope by now, those of you who have been here for a while realize that the whole market just follows Bitcoin. It wasn't any of these altcoins that started to sell off that then caused the rest of the market to sell off. It was Bitcoin. Everything follows Bitcoin. We've gone over this a number of times on this channel where we've looked at Bitcoin in comparison with Ethereum and Cardano, and we've essentially showed you that everything follows Bitcoin. Bitcoin is that first sort of port of call for capital, and then it kind of trickles down to the altcoins. And like I say, I'm going to keep this very short and sweet. Apologies for not getting around to everyone's comments on yesterday's video. I will be tackling those later, but I've been traveling, hence the reason for this kind of short video. We've got lots of content coming out on the weekend, so stay tuned for that. But you guys know my opinion. Essentially, Bitcoin follows a 4-year cycle theory. Someone commented in the comment section that I should get a t-shirt with that printed on because I go on about it so much, but it's really the sole reason that I am not bearish in the slightest, and I am actually bullish. And in the UK we have a TV program called Doctor Who, and they have Daleks in it where they go exterminate. For me, on these pullbacks, I'm accumulate. So for those of you who have seen Doctor Who, you'll get that reference. And really, because Bitcoin follows this 4-year cycle theory, it dictates that 2021 is essentially a repeat of 2017, or prior to that, 2013, and that this year is going to be something that's spectacular. There's a lot of people that kind of think this is the top for Bitcoin. Hearing a lot of people say, look, it's not going to go much further than this. But I'm here to tell you that it absolutely is, and this is just a pullback. And the same way you could look at 2017 and the pullbacks that 2017 had and how they were all just buying opportunities, I think this year is going to play out in a very similar way. Of course, the bull markets, the kind of last year of the cycle, always plays out differently. Like I said, 2013 played out differently to 2017, and I think this one will play out slightly differently to the prior. However, what I am confident of is that it's going to be a spectacular year in a similar kind of manner. And, when there's a lot of people saying that, this is the top for Bitcoin, I want to remind you of institutions currently buying at the moment. Tesla, one of the most notable sort of public companies out there, not that long ago, I think it was 40-something K they got Bitcoin for. I don't think they'd have bought this, and there'd still be institutions and grayscales trusts and ETFs for Bitcoin and all this sort of Jerome Powell coming out and saying Bitcoin isn't a substitute for the US dollar, it's a substitute for gold. All this just for the kind of bull market to be over. And I still think you have a large volume of money that takes the crypto market from anywhere to sort of $8 to $11 trillion as a whole to flow in. And I think that's coming from largely institutions. And I think that essentially, where else are people going to put their money? Why would you take your money out of crypto and put it into something like cash, which essentially devalues every year? Bitcoin is solid. It's a solid money. It's a solid form of money, or a solid form of value, I should say, not necessarily money. And it's a really good hedge against everything. And that's why we see institutions turning to Bitcoin now. And I think this is just going to continue. Remember, guys, I was listening to a podcast earlier, and I've spoke about it on a number of occasions on this channel, where essentially, I was saying that Wall Street hasn't yet monetized this. So they haven't yet made this accessible as a product of theirs and kind of capitalized on it. They will try and do that. That is all still to come. And the crypto space, and it's really the reason that I'm not worried. By the way, for those of you who are wondering what this is on the chart whilst I'm just waffling on, this is a logarithmic chart of Bitcoin, where it moves up in percentages. This just quietens the chart down, and really, you can see on the logarithmic chart the kind of trajectory of Bitcoin a lot more better. And it really kind of gives you, certainly when we go over to my rainbow chart, a kind of good look at how these cycles just repeat in terms of the kind of structure that they follow. 2013, we've seen all this before. So the point of this video, guys, was really for me to get on here and kind of put everyone's minds at ease. I do not think that this is the end of the bull market for BTC and the other cryptos. I still think that cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology has a hell of a long way to go, and you really haven't seen that much yet. It's still very much in its infancy. In a lot of ways, I was listening, and this is extremely important information, and it's always good to kind of cross-reference your market with other markets. I think in comparison, the dot-com boom back then, from sort of the 1997-ish to the 2000s, I think at the height of that, it captured around about $4 trillion worth of value. The current market of the overall crypto space is like I don't know what it is now, 1.2, no, sorry, 1.6, 1.5 at the moment. There's still a long way to go, guys. I'm absolutely certain in myself of that. I could be wrong, but I have a very good hunch on that. And like I say, if we look at 2017, which was kind of this period here, I've highlighted all the pullbacks, and you pull back on a pretty frequent occurrence. Anywhere from kind of 20 to 30+% in some occasions. And it's awfully funny how in 2017 we sold off around about March time. We're seeing the same thing kind of occur. And remember, I think the move that we actually had in Bitcoin, recently, that kind of move all the way up to where we are now, is one of the most spectacular runs that Bitcoin's had. When you look at Bitcoin in comparison with its return on investment compared to other market cycles, this cycle has actually performed better in terms of return on investment from the theoretical cycle bottom than the prior one. So we've done a hell of a lot, and I think a kind of cooling off period and a pullback for me would be absolutely okay, acceptable, and in my opinion, just a great buying opportunity. And like that Dalek, I'm accumulate. Every time we have these pullbacks in this bull market, you would be stupid, in my opinion, to bet against a bull market, to bet against the trend, and to try and short this market. Because yes, you might get it right a number of times, but I would probably guesstimate that you are going to get that shorting position wrong significantly more in a bull market than you are right. So that's all I really have for you in this video, guys. And remember, like I said, everything follows Bitcoin. When Bitcoin cheers up, the rest of the market will cheer up. It's just how it goes. And altcoins, of course, are going to dump significantly harder than Bitcoin, just simply because of the volume of money in there. They are significantly more volatile due to their lower market caps. This is all crucial information, guys, and you need to remember it. And if you just focus, I spoke about being sort of rooted like a tree. If you're rooted, you won't blow over every time there's a gust of wind. And the reason that I keep going on about that, guys, is because you need to understand where this space is going. If you understand that, you will have no fear, because you will understand the potential and how undervalued in reality this market is. And when you look at it as, where else are people going to put their capital? What are you going to do? Go into the stock market, which is heavily overvalued? Are you going to put it into bonds? Are you going to hold it in cash, which gets deflated every year? Remember, they printed 40% of all US dollars, or 35% of all US dollars in the last year or so. So, they essentially, and with the stimulus check, they printed more money and kind of gave out more money than they did in the entire crypto space. So just remember that, guys. This was just a really short, quick video, touching base with you, saying hello. Like I say, it always surprises me how many people go very, very bearish when we sell off, and there's no reason for it whatsoever. And if you're panicking right now, you are either a trader that's just got wrecked, and I don't recommend anybody trades this market. Most traders lose money in the traditional markets. This is significantly more volatile of a market. That's a recipe to get wrecked, or you have too much money on the line. I always say to people, never put more on than you can afford to lose. And the reason being is because, I don't want people panicking. 1.6 the entire market, $1 trillion the entire market. So, for me, it's all right to put the kind of volumes that I have, because I'm young. The risk to reward significantly outweighs it in my situation. Your situation might be different. So you have no reason to panic unless you're only in this for the short term. If you have any kind of a sort of anything over a month or so's position that you plan on holding for longer than that, in my opinion, you've got nothing to worry about, guys. Same way, like I say, and you can go back and watch those videos, go and watch my video of the market selling off, or, Cardano selling off. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. It's continuously proving to be right. The reason being is because I'm not going against the grain. The market is telling us certain things in the kind of charts, and I'm listening to it and accepting it and taking advantage of it. So, like I say, remember, no reason to be bearish, in my opinion, guys, because the whole space has a long way to go. And if you're rooted in that belief, you have nothing to worry about. Do not fear. All in Crypto is here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm going to love and leave you. This is just a short, quick video. I've just got back from traveling, so I'm going to settle down. Plenty of content coming out on the weekend, and I'm going to get around to replying to all your comments on the prior video about Ethereum and it being undervalued. So yeah, that's all I have for you in this video. I'm going to love and leave. I'm going to let you get on with your day. If you've enjoyed this content, please drop me a like. A comment is always appreciated, and I do appreciate it. And get sub to this channel, guys, because, you know, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that are probably hiding away right now. Reason being is because they have no idea what they're on about. I know what I'm on about, and that's why I can sit here in front of you on a day when the entire market is down 8%. Some altcoins, you know, down 20%, Polkadot down 15%, and I can tell you have nothing to worry about. Seen it before, we've been here before. Could it play out in a different way to how it has prior? Absolutely, it could sell off in a shocking manner. We've discussed a number of theories where we've said that Bitcoin could sell off, you know, even 70% like it did in 2013, and I'd still be bullish. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I don't think we're going to have a sell-off of that magnitude. I think they're going to be sort of short and sweet. However, we're yet to see what happens. The fact of the matter is, guys, I don't have all the answers, but what I can tell you is I'm sticking to a plan, and that plan is proving, you know, we can only analyze the future from prior data. So we look at history to kind of predict the future in a lot of ways. We can look at a number of different metrics, and that's, you know, taking all that into account has led me to believe that this year is still going to, we still have a significant we still have a significant way to go. So that's all I have for you guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in tomorrow's video. Goodbye.